Okay, you guys, I want to share with you tonight the goodies we got from Amazon the last few days. There's a combined tray tonight, by the way. Rainbow Ice, sugar-free, gourmet, chewing gum. And I have about 11 or 12 items from Amazon to share with you guys. Some books, some health books this time you might really enjoy. And don't forget to turn down your brightness and your contrast so it's not so bright in your room and you might be able to fall asleep easier. And a reminder that if this video was helpful to you in any way, if you would please share this video with a friend, family member, loved one. We never know who we can help, anytime we find something that has helped us, when we pass it on, we don't know how we can change somebody's life for the better. So please share my video if you think it's worth sharing to help somebody, and I really appreciate it. And really, you don't even have to watch the video. Just listen. Sometimes it's easier to just listen than to watch. I'll fall asleep easier just listening. Okay, what I have, 12 items for $157. And I really enjoy, I used to do Amazon hauls like in a little 10 or 15-minute clip video. But I realize I enjoy so much sharing with you the stuff I get for two main reasons. Number one, just the awesomeness of the item, whether it's a health supplement or an awesome Viva paper towel. I just love sharing stuff that has helped me in my life somehow, that's beneficial somehow, that's an awesome price or an awesome service. Oh no, we have to remember to plant where we are. To grow. I have it backward. We're meant to grow where we are planted. No matter where we are, if we really take a quiet moment and think about it, there is something we can share or offer to help somebody. And when we're helping ourselves and loving ourselves, we're growing. And then to extend that it's really growing where you're planted. And sometimes we can be overwhelmed as we might look upon someone else's life and think, oh my goodness, look at all the things they're doing, and what do I have to offer? So that I want to give you a little word of encouragement that just take a moment, no matter where you're planted in your life, and see what do you have that you can help someone else with. And don't be discouraged if you can't think of something right away, but just day by day, just see what you have. And there's something wonderful that happens as we care for others, as we are kind to others. It's just something wonderful we get back, or something wonderful that the feeling we get. Anyway, that's my little rambling session. Already at the start of my video, not even 10 minutes into my video. Okay, so on with Amazon. Okay. I think this may be the first time I've gotten adult books. Grown-up health books. I think I've gotten a couple little children's books through Amazon. Here we have Calcium Balm by Douglas Wall and Katja Hansen. $15. It's an older print, I believe 2004. But look, the price was $25 and I got it for $15 on Amazon. It's a hardcover. I guess this copyright was 2005. This is for the billions or more people whose lives are affected by calcification. And the reason I got this is really the first straight answer that I've been able to understand about calcification. And I've been so flustered and so not upset, but confused. We have a wonderful doctor. She's a functional medicine doctor. Do you know this is the first time I've been disgusted with her response? We just went in for blood tests just recently, and they were awesome. And the one little thing that she mentioned, and she has mentioned this before, she said it's not a big deal, but you need to be careful. Though you have excellent cholesterol, and that's not even a problem. You were just born with awesome cholesterol balance. She said, but you have what could be the beginning of atherosclerosis in your artery or vein, probably. And a year or two ago, we didn't talk about that. We talk about a calcium finding. Get this, ladies, and for men too, if men do breast exams. I go in for my routine thing, and they say that, oh, we have these little calcium things, and we always like to double check. It's usually nothing, and of course it was nothing. But the upsetting part, more so having the little calcium find in my mammogram that turned out to be nothing, was trying to get an answer of what in the world. And so as I talked to my functional medicine doctor and wanted an explanation, never did I get anything that made sense. I tried to say, I said, am I have osteoporosis? Is my calcium chipping off my bones and floating to... And she's saying, no, 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 no. Okay. It has bothered me ever since. And then as I reinvestigated this little problem with, even though I question it, well, how can I have good cholesterol, but then I have this problem with this atherosclerosis or clogging of my vein? And still it wasn't a good answer. She said, well, it's different. This is plaque that's building up in your vein, and the other one is cholesterol. Okay. Still never got a good answer. So if any of you guys are flustered like I have been, this will be helpful for you. The calcium that's building up to cause atherosclerosis, or that's floating around in your blood veins, is not the calcium from our body. It's calcium. Now get this. You have to really have an open mind, and you have to be like a participant in like functional medicine and nutrition and all that stuff to be able to take this in. But since approximately the year 2000, research has shown, long story short, here we are in 2017, it's this bacteria, a nanobacteria, so you can imagine, that gets caught up in our bloodstream. Okay, that's not the problem. The problem is, if we get sluggish or we start aging in our 50s, 60s, and 70s, that's when this stuff starts building up, because as a young, healthy person, yes, we get these little nanobacteria, but, our digestion and everything is so healthy that it's not a problem. But as we get older, we don't have good digestion, things get sluggish, we have all this stuff. These little nanobacteria, all of a sudden, we're not rinsing them out of our system like we once did. So they're staying in our system longer. And when they hang out, they're finding that these nanobacteria build up this outer perimeter shell made of calcium. Now this is making sense to me. So there is a protocol that's, I guess, doctors in Florida, it's not covered by insurance. I guess the medical community really isn't in on it. But it's a protocol that includes tetracycline. It's like a twofold protocol. And it is one part of the medication. I think it's a powder. I think you mix a powder in the water, or a powdered capsule, is the antibiotic to kill the bacteria, the nanobacteria. But before it can kill the nanobacteria, it needs a special something to eradicate that calcium shell. And I forgot what that is. So it's a tetracycline antibiotic combined with whatever they use to disintegrate that little hard shell. So I just got these two books yesterday, but I'd been researching it online. So get your pen and paper. The Calcium Balm, Douglas Mohon, and you see that. You could pause the video if you want to copy their names down. And this will just take you, as you search the web yourself, this will just take you all over to find out more. But I'm really happy with it. I know I have felt sluggish. Remember I told you I've been crunchy. I've had this crunchy, like you've seen me eating chips lately. I have a craving for crunchy. Well, after reading this book, I believe I know now what my body has been craving: crunchy lettuce. Why? One suggestion, they tell people that feel that they are at the beginning stages of atherosclerosis. They talk about vitamin K. And I'll be darned if, after I read this, and this is the second book, The Calcium, the Aging Factor, by Mark Mayer. it was just good information. They talk about vitamin K and K2, and how somehow this is helpful for people that have calcium and plaque buildup in their arteries. So comes to find out, my crunchy craving has been my body telling me lettuce. Excuse me, I'm going to take my gum out for a second. I have this little stash beyond. I have this camera, see this? And I've been doing this all day. The vitamin K in lettuce, not only do I feel better, if I stay on a good regimen of salad, I notice the next day, I'm like, oh my goodness, I feel like I might have lost a pound or two. My body doesn't seem stuffy and puffy, and I feel I have more energy. And on the day that I eat the lettuce, I have less aches and pains, and I feel like I have more energy. And so I noticed that, but I never took it serious. Now, I'm realizing that it's the what's happening. The vitamin K is helping with that buildup of plaque in the artery. Somehow it's helping, and somehow I guess I'm getting more oxygen in my blood, and I have more energy, and I feel better, and less aches and pains, if that makes sense. So I'm rambling again. So here's the second book by Mark Mayer, Amazon Prime, Calcium, the Aging Factor. This was 13 bucks. As we age, listen to this. This is so true. As we age, calcium deposits tend to accumulate in our soft tissues. Doctors call it extraskeletal calcification, and this means that the calcium that is supposed to be deposited in your bones is being lodged in your soft tissue where it doesn't belong. This condition can manifest itself in many ways: heart disease, cancer, wrinkled skin, arthritis, kidney stones, osteoporosis, dental problems, bone spurs, senility, cataracts, and many other health problems. Fortunately, there are many proven techniques to combat soft tissue calcification. By making a few simple changes in your diet and lifestyle, you can prevent and reverse one of the most significant factors in aging and degenerative diseases. On their website, you can pause the video if you want to copy. It's www.mayer-health-reports.com. And again, the book is The Calcification, the Aging Factor by Mark Mayer. So this would probably be the first book to read, because this you can do yourself. This is a more bold approach to the calcium nanobacteria. So I would read this second. First do this, then. Anyways, so yeah, I'm going to be stocking up on lettuce and vitamin K. I think I saw a Doctor's Best vitamin K. This guy suggests vitamin K from the natural source. So I'm excited. Anyways, I could go on forever. So, yeah, let's take it. Oh, I got these little $4 was $10. It's kind of pricey, but I was in a pinch. $10 for 125. And so it comes with 2 red, 1 yellow, 2 blue, and I just really appreciative that I can get it through Amazon, 4-gallon trash bag. But honestly, I can get a better price if I would walk over to Smart and Final and pick it up. But sometimes I'm just lazy. But I have found a better buy at Smart and Final on these 4-gallon trash bags. Oh, Kleenex. I totally messed up on the Kleenex. This Kleenex, $10 for 4 of these. I thought I was getting 4 of the big boxes. So I would not get these little cube boxes. They're nice Kleenex, but 4 of them for $10, that's pretty pricey. That's like $2.50 for 55 Kleenex. Anyways, I messed up, so I need to find a better buy. I need to slow down, I think, when I'm on Amazon. I get so excited anymore ordering my stuff. And this is like the second or third time now, just recently, that I've gotten the wrong thing. And that's very frustrating. And yes, you can return it. Oh, but it's a lot of groundwork you have to do. You have to print out the label, and then you can have UPS come and pick it up, but it's just a lot of stuff you have to do. Sometimes it's not worth it. More of the Viva paper towel. I don't think I can ever go back to another paper towel ever again. So these paper towels were $15 for 6 rolls, and I am telling you, I've mentioned this Viva paper towel before. I am telling you, I can go through a whole day with 2 paper towels in the morning, doing all my little things I do all day with the counters, and this thing will last the whole day. I like this even better. They're the little paper towels. Look, this is even, I think, better, because sometimes you don't even need a huge paper towel. These things are that good that 99% of the time all you need is this little scratch of a paper towel. So years ago when Viva came out, and I knew they were so expensive, I never went back. All these decades I could have been using Viva paper towels. Yes, you pay more. I use way less paper towels with Viva. They're that absorbent and they're that awesome. So anyways, my new go-to paper towel, I'm serious. Okay. Our go-to protein powder. I always do this. This is the $45. This is a 24 ounce. This is not the best buy on Prime. Usually it's the jumbo. You have an option of 4 different flavors and 4 different sizes. You have the option of getting the jumbo bag, which is like 70-some servings for $145. That's the best buy. But when I'm in a pinch and I don't have that much money, but I still need protein powder, I end up ordering this size for $45. also have whey and whey isolate protein powder. If you have an egg problem, you can get whey and whey isolate. 4 flavors: chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and unflavored. And 4 sizes: the jumbo, or excuse me, I think there's just 3 sizes, like jumbo, large, and super teeny tiny. Be sure you watch what you're ordering, because they have a bunch of options for flavor and size. Just recently, as of yesterday, I got my books about vitamin K. I seen that strawberries have vitamin K in strawberries. You know, we always buy frozen strawberries. So just recently, I've been making this shake different. I put a cup of water in the blender now. I never used to make this shake like in a huge blender with ice and stuff. I just used to do it really simple. Just water, powder, protein powder. So now I put 8 ounces of water in the blender. I put 6 or 7 strawberries in the blender, in that water. Not frozen. To do it frozen is too harsh. I defrost them and I put the defrosted strawberries in the blender with a scoop of this. Well, first I blend the heck out of the strawberries and water. I blend it till you can't even see any strawberry chunks. Then, till it just looks like strawberry water. Then I put the scoop of chocolate powder and I just blend it like for a second or 2. I hardly blend it at all. Then I put that in the cup. Delicious. So it's like a strawberry chocolate smoothie. And I'm feeling better about it because I'm getting vitamin K. Oh, this toilet paper. I'm so upset. Look what I bought. I can't believe I did that. Angel Soft. Okay, that's a nice toilet paper. It was an add-on. It was $6 if you spent $25 or more. So that I'm really not happy with that. $6 for 4 of these little teeny tiny spotty little toilet. Unless I'm reading my receipt wrong. I ordered 2 of these. And as I read the invoice, it looks like one of these was $6. I won't get that again. That's not that great of a deal. But again, I did not pay that good of attention. And it's my own fault. So I think I'm going to be ordering more carefully next time I get on Amazon. Alright. Let's see. A new item. I have never, ever in my life ordered a back scratcher. This was $6. I don't know how much I'm going to love it, but I think I'm going to love it a lot. Look how cute. Like a little bear, and that kind of looks like a little bear claw. Look, totally cute. And this is terrible. I have never needed a I still do not need a back scratcher during the day. I know when I'm up and moving around and I have a back scratcher problem, I just twist my arms and shoulders and hands and scratch my own back. Whether it's I gotta move myself over the top, move my arm under the bottom, I can do it. Not a problem. But I have gotten in trouble in the middle of the night when my body is not been warmed up. I guess that's what the difference is. You know, I'm more agile, and I've been stretched and walking around, and so at night I have almost gotten a Charlie horse in my arm because I just wake up in the middle of the night, have a scratch, a odd position, try to do it, and my joints and ligaments haven't been stretched or warmed up or whatever. I didn't do my warm-up routine, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, totally cute, like this little symbol there. And it stretches out, I think it's like 18 inches. Back scratchers. Wolfie back scratchers feature a rubber grip, ergonomically designed to fit comfortably in your hand as a gift for you or others. Conveniently portable and keeps you cool and comfortable. We're sure you'll love it. Back scratchers that we're including 100% money back guarantee with your purchase. What does this mean? Made in PRC, Puerto Rico, something? I tried it out. Oh, it's wonderful. But again, I never in my life thought I would ever purchase a back scratcher. But comes to find out, I need it for like in the middle of the night when I have a scratch. I just need to use this instead of trying to twist my arms and shoulders like I do during the day. $6. I'm really happy with it. Alright. Oh, here we are. You guys know you've seen me with this before, Tart and Cherry. This was an add-on item. This was $8 if you spent $25 or more. So do your research if you think Tart Cherry might be right for you. I take this one like later in the day and one at bedtime. This is a natural pain reliever. It aids against inflammation, and it has natural melatonin in it. And of course we know melatonin is like a sleep aid. B12. You always see me with B12. This is a small bottle for $13, and you can get this in different sizes, I do believe. The larger the size, the better the price. Be sure you get the methyl form of B12. This is a tablet that dissolves like a cherry strawberry tablet. Don't get the symbol. There's one that says methyl or symbol. The other one is not near as healthy. Be sure it says methyl. It's a huge long word, but the first part of it is that. We take one of these a day, the 5,000 microgram, and none of us need B12 shots. And if you keep a regimen of this and keep it in your body, that could ward off B12 shots. It seems like everybody, as they get older, have to have B12 shots. That's terrible. Anyways, do your research and see if this might be something for you. Jarrow's, I like them. They're good as far as I know. I've been happy with their products and their supplements. Vitamin D3. You guys always see me with D3. Now, I switched brands only because my doctor, for as much D3 as I take, she said, if doctor's wondering if I was a little low in my vitamin D3. And so I said, oh, well, I take it. I'm going to switch brands. So sometimes when she says, oh, you're low in this, but I know I've been taking it, I will just switch brands. I used to take the Now N-O-W company. I'm going to try Solgar, their vitamin D. The only thing is, and this stresses me out, again, I didn't pay attention, is these, I've never seen this word, colic, whatever that word is. Can you see that word, cholecalciferol? D3. I don't know. But this is a capsule. I have never in my life taken D3 in capsule form. So the vitamin D3 in this product is the same form produced by the body when our skin is exposed to sun. So maybe this is a better form of D3. I don't know. I'll be researching this just as you will be. But I didn't know if I ordered the right thing, so I need to find out more about that. But D3 is real important. So do your research on vitamin D3 and see if you may need the supplement. Talk to your doctor. Choline and inositol. I take 2 of these capsules twice a day. It's just good for brain health. Let's see, Solgar. Oh, I forgot to mention this D3. This was $16. This choline and inositol. This was $10. It was an add-on product. If you purchased $25 or more, you got this for $10. Oh, I forgot. Did I mention the price of these paper towels were $6? It was 6 rolls for $6. That was an add-on item too. If you purchased $25 or more, you got the paper towels for $6. Oh, my mistake. See, I'm falling asleep. I relax my own self so well. I can't even read my own little notes here. I apologize. The paper towels. There were 6 rolls of paper towels for $15. Yes, it is pricey, but the Viva paper towel is so awesome. It's worth the priciness of the item. So 6 rolls of the Viva paper towels for $15. It was the toilet paper. That was the bad deal. $6. Forget that toilet paper. Yeah, my bad. Alright, so let's see. Choline. Choline and inositol are members of the B complex, and they are components of cell membranes and play important roles in healthy cell growth and function. Choline and inositol promote normal, healthy brain and nerve function and support energy metabolism. Choline is used to synthesize acetylcholine, a critical neurotransmitter. It helps promote normal fat metabolism and supports liver health. It's just good for our brain. And I do know that when I run out of this for a week or 2, I'm not as happy in my mind as when I take this. So I don't know how it works. I just know that when I run out of it and I don't have it, I don't feel as good as when I'm taking it. So do your research, you guys, and talk to your doctor. See if this is something that you might be able to add to your daily regimen. Okay, so where am I? Now what do we do? I put my gum back in my mouth. Now I'm taking it out again. So, back to the question of when you're craving crunchies. When you're craving a crunchy item, that's when you have any kind of craving, really. That's your signal to know your body is deficient in something. So, I don't know if you've noticed the last week or two I've been chomping on chips. And I mentioned that my body is craving crunchy things. And so with a week of researching myself and really searching the internet, comes to find out I need the vitamin K, and lettuce leaves seem to really work well for me. I get such a feeling of well-being after crunching on lettuce leaves rather than crunching on chips. Let's do some. I only have a few comments, but one of them is kind of long, so that kind of works out nice. Look, I'm just gonna eat this like an apple. One of them's a really long comment, but I really only have 3 or 4. And this was the other day when I did my grocery video and shopping list, and I was confused. Like, how does all that work with the ham and Easter and Passover? I don't know. And David Hendricks gave an awesome elongated comment that I want to read. But before we're going to do him last, because it was very extensive but very informative. Sean Wadsworth responded and says, roast lamb on Easter Sunday is a must. And then Britta Lane responds to the thing about Easter meat and fish. She says, cool, I was never quite clear on all that myself. Thanks for the interesting info and sweet story. That's why I love this channel. And that was her response to David Hendricks. I'm going to read him in a second. Koa Min Man responds from one of my typing videos. You're the best. Thank you, Ko. Yeah, a lot of people like my typing. I need to do another typing one. Thank you again. I appreciate you. And Anthony R. responds from yesterday. Oh my goodness. I was reading from the paper the jobs or the services offered. He says, how did I even get on that topic? And he has it in italics. Classic Angela Ramble. Love it. Anthony R., thank you. You caught that. I frazzled myself so much I had to say, how did I even get on that topic? And that was the topic of tipping the food servers, which I went on and on rambling. I couldn't even figure out how I got there. And as it ended up, it was a rant on the Better Business Bureau, how companies, there was some kind of scandal about companies were paying the Better Business Bureau and they were getting a better rating, and that jogged my memory to say how we've messed up with tipping, that really tipping your waiter or waitress should be because they did an excellent job. And I have found that when you give awesome tips, even if they're not that great, but then you keep returning, then you get awesome care over the top. But I could do a whole nother video on that. I don't need to get rambling again. Anthony R., thank you for that. Now, Pearl's Little World. Oh, this is sweet. This was from Angela, I really love watching these hour-long videos, but I'm still a huge fan of your Dollar Tree hauls. Yes, don't we love Dollar Tree, Pearl? As a broke college student, it helps me get good ideas for food, stationery, and other things, and I look forward to the next Dollar Tree haul. Yes, yes, and do you know the only reason I don't have more Dollar Tree hauls is because I don't physically get myself there as much as I should. It's kind of just not convenient, but I need to get my act together because I love Dollar Tree. I have to be careful because I'm addicted to Dollar Tree. When I go inside that store, I have to leave my money in the car just about, or I'll spend whatever I have on a charge card or a cash or checking. And I'm serious. Remember I was talking about waiting? I couldn't wait to get my tax refund money so that I could go to Dollar Tree. Well, that didn't happen. Friends and family members talked me out of it. Thank goodness for love, friends and family who love us. I was all set to take my wad of IRS refund cash into Dollar Tree. And when my friends and family heard about it, they knew better. So that was really nice. Okay, anyways, Pearl, I enjoy. I love learning about you guys. See, I didn't know you were a young college student. For some reason, in my mind, when I hear the name Pearl, I think of an older, sophisticated lady knitting. Was that silly? But so thank you again. Or something about the name Pearl. Like, you remember Minnie Pearl? I think of Minnie Pearl. She's from way back in the day. She's the lady that used to wear the hat with the price tag on it. And then there's Knit and Pearl. Knit and Pearl. Isn't that a knitting phrase? So I just, in my mind, I always think of a nice older grandma lady knitting. Now I know better. I learned something. Okay, David Hendricks. He was so kind to us, and he responded the other day on my grocery shopping list video, and it's pretty elongated. I'm gonna read it because it's just lovely. And we've got 10 minutes left. It'll probably take the whole time, but it's kind of worth it if you guys are interested. Hi, Angela. I hope this clears up your questions about ham for Easter and the meat-fish issue around Easter. And if you recall, I just no sooner got into the newspaper grocery ads, and I start seeing ham, and I'm realizing, like, what is up with all the ham at Easter? It's so confusing because technically, isn't Easter, it's like a Jewish thing, and Jewish people don't eat ham. You just have to listen to the video. Just totally confused with questions. So and then the Catholics don't eat fish on Fridays, but once Easter comes, then everything's okay. Just a bunch of stuff. Ham for Easter. You're right to be perplexed by ham being a traditional Easter food. When Jesus was Jewish, and with Easter's relation to the Jewish feast of Passover, yes. Okay, it doesn't make much sense exactly. I've heard people claim that pork was made the traditional Easter food because it's the Christian meat, because it is forbidden for Islam and Judaism, and that the resurrection of Christ marks the true start of Christianity. That might make sense if it weren't for the fact that ham is only traditional Easter, North America, and especially in the U.S. The real reason for ham at Easter is much more boring. Before the days of refrigeration and modern food storage, it was simply what was available in springtime around Easter. Oh my goodness. Hogs were typically slaughtered in the fall, so that the cold of winter would preserve the meat as it cured. The different parts of the pig weren't cured were eaten during the winter months, and by the time spring came around, the cured sausages and especially the cured hams were ready to eat. Oops, is all this blurry? Is everything blurry? This is such an interesting one. There's another meat that was readily available around Easter as well, lamb, which are born in spring and it's precisely lamb that is the traditional meat in other countries that celebrate Easter, such as here in Spain. This makes sense for a couple of reasons, because it was the meat traditionally eaten at Passover, because Jesus was known as the Lamb of God. I've heard that, yes. So why isn't lamb the meat of choice in U.S. at Easter? It simply comes down to a matter of taste. Lamb has never been a very popular meat in America. David, this is the best. I think this is the nicest, most informative comment I've ever gotten. I'm probably going to respond to him. I'm going to go to my iPhone because I know how messages go through my iPhone. I'm going to respond to him. This is lovely. Meat and fish and Fridays. This is basically a Catholic tradition, yes, and again, before the days of refrigeration of food storage, meat, mammals, and poultry was considered a luxury item. And one of the Catholic obligations is to abstain from worldly luxuries on Friday. Over the centuries, that has basically boiled down to no meat on Fridays. On those days only, fish or reptiles or amphibians may be eaten. So why do you hear about this mostly around Easter? Well, here again, the U.S. is different. In 1966, the American Confederate of Catholic Bishops obtained permission from the Vatican to make meatless Fridays optional throughout the year. Instead of going meat-free on Fridays, American Catholics can choose to perform an act of charity. The exception was during the 40 days of Lent, prior to Easter, when all Fridays plus Ash Wednesday must be meatless. So that's what you hear about the meat-fish deal around Easter time. In the States, it's when the American Catholics are required to observe abstinence unless you're Catholic. It doesn't apply. Bonus observation. I actually like when there are airplanes in your videos. Oh my goodness. Remember that? I got started off and I was disgusted because I no sooner got started and there's a little putter biplane, I'm guessing, flying overhead. So he likes it because they're not loud jet. That's true. Rather soft buzzing propeller planes. My earliest memories of the ASMR tingles, though of course I didn't know what it was called back then exactly. I know that feeling. My first tingles from when I was around 5 or 10 years old, when we spent many lazy Sunday afternoons at my grandmother's house, and she lived somewhat close to a small airport that serves small propeller planes. I remember especially on warm days when the windows were open, I'd be stretched out on the couch for a nap, but I'd still be half awake, and I'd hear my mom and my grandma talking in low voices, and from time to time, an airplane would fly over. Between the warm breeze through the open windows and the sound of the soft-spoken conversation and the sound of the planes, I'd experienced tingles and felt that all was right in the world. How wonderful was that comment? And David, I have a better memory. I think you're the one who mentioned you love the whispering, but you would appreciate more soft-spoken. Now I get it. So I will have to incorporate that. So I'm going to respond to you on my iPhone. And again, for those of you wondering, why is she responding on an iPhone? What's up with her? I have 2 iPads that I record on that are stuffed. They have no memory left or no space really for anything. I just leave enough space for doing uploads, and it's just stressful. So when I respond to comments on my iPads, it looks like they're going through, but they just type up, but they don't have the juice or the energy to really get posted. I don't know what's going on. Someday when I get better equipment and I don't have to worry about this, it won't be a problem. But I enjoy so much answering the comments in a video and talking to you guys. I hope you like it too. It's just much more rewarding and fun for me to respond to your comments on a video. So anyway, I must admit, I think this David, what was his last name, Hendricks? David Hendricks has really won the comment award. It had everything in there. The little story about the airplane and the tingles, the information about all the confusion, just lovely, lovely. Now that, just to read that, I get so enthused and energetic to know that that's what's being generated on my channel through my videos. Just that is enough for, oh my goodness, I can't wait for tomorrow night to do another video tomorrow night. So in the whole big scheme of things, there's some people who can't figure it out. What in the world is she doing? How can she like that? How can it be fun? That's what it's all about. Maybe I might encourage one of you or two of you, if you've been thinking about a YouTube channel, it doesn't matter what it's about, but what does matter is you have to love it. You have to be passionate about it, because that's the only thing that's going to keep you coming back day after day after day, upload after upload, without getting burnout. That's what it's going to take. You have to be doing something you love. I know a topic I can do one night. I've shared it before. I should share with you the whole story of how I got started, even having my own YouTube channel. So I'm not going to give you any hints, and for those of you who already know the story, don't say anything, because I want it to be a surprise for the newcomers, the new people who might be thinking, what in the world? How in the world did she come up with the channel that she has? Why doesn't she show her face? What's up with this person? I should make a little note of it. Oops, excuse me, I'm sorry. I feel bad when I bump the camera like that. So, I still have to do one about the Kool-Aid, remember? Was that Pearl who told me she loved the Kool-Aid? Story of my YouTube channel. That would be a good one. The Kool-Aid one. I'm gonna order from Amazon. That'd be fun. They have like an assorted pack, I think, of all the Kool-Aid flavors. That'd be fun. And here's another thing, another question. Why and this is true, these are on both of my iPads. It's on the back of my iPhone, my teeny weeny little SE iPhone. Have you guys ever wondered about this thing here? I can't see inside of there, but I bet there is like a highly sensitive scope. I bet that can look in there. What's in there? I think it's something that's looking back at us. You know how they say Samsung and these other products that even though it's turned off, it still can hear you. Well, needless to say, since I heard that a few weeks ago, I'm kind of wondering about every little thing I see. Now this, I want to know about this. I might be even publishing my own little science and technology video asking people what's in there. I think it's something peering back at us and picking up pieces and taking pictures and putting our environment together like in a big profile. Oh, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's video. And don't forget, if you guys were helped in any way tonight by my video, can you please pass it on to a family friend or a loved one? And in hopes that it would better their life in some way. Because if, just helping one person at a time, stress is a big deal. And my hope is in my videos, of course, that we get the tingles and the ASMR aspect. But the other aspect is for those who aren't in the ASMR world, that they would at least be relaxed by my videos. They could find it as a helpful sleep aid, and that their stress factor could be reduced in their life. So thank you again. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for watching.